Animal Life on ARCN TV. I am Fatima Suleiman. Donkeys are one of the most versatile creatures in the animal kingdom, playing a vital role in the human society for thousands of years. Now, let's take a closer look at all about donkey, their origins, domestication, unique characteristics, social behavior, and importance in our world. Understanding donkeys as the animals they are. Donkeys are from origin an animal which should always be ready to fight from predators, and therefore their instinct for fighting is still a part of their behavior. They are more likely to take up a fight than horses, and they are quiet territorial animals. As domesticated animals, they sometimes have difficulties even in tolerating animals of other species within their territory. In nature, they would live in small flocks. They are sensitive to changes in the environment, and as domestic animals, this also means that they are sensitive to changes in the way in which humans behave and treat them. Their behavior often reflects the behavior of the humans who interact with them. All changes should therefore be introduced slowly and gradually. They have very good memories. They want to be stimulated, and a boring environment can create behavioral problems. They are very sensitive to pain, and pain should always be considered. If they behave strangely or refuse to collaborate, donkeys can learn quite easily, especially things which are close to their natural behavior, and they can be slow learners when they are asked to do something unnatural like lifting feet for check and cleaning. They are very fond of being scratched because it reflects their mutual grooming behavior in the flock, so that is a good reward in learning processes. Sometimes the mutual relationship between donkeys and humans make one doubting who is training who, because the donkeys seem to train humans in giving them rewards of scratching them at the right spots. Donkeys are tolerant of hot, arid environments. They are strong animals and can work hard and carry burdens. They are often claimed to be stubborn, but they are really just very good survivors, and that is important to understand when working with them. Most of their behavior is motivated by their will to survive, and therefore avoid everything which they find difficult, frightening, or painful. Donkeys can be wonderful guard animals. The right donkey gelding or jenny will take care of an entire herd of cattle, sheep, or goats. The natural aversion to predators will inspire the donkey to severely discourage any canine attack on the herd. The domestic donkey is a hoofed mammal belonging to the Equidae family, shared with horses. It originates from African wild ass and is classified as either a subspecies or a distinct species. Domestication occurred in Africa approximately 5,000 to 6,000 years ago. Since then, donkeys have primarily served as working animals. Today, there are over 40 million donkeys worldwide, mostly found in underdeveloped countries where they are mainly utilized as draught or pack animals. Donkeys exhibit significant size variations influenced by breed and environmental factors. Their height at the water ranges from under 90 cm to 150 cm. Typically, donkeys display dorsal and shoulder trips, which are primitive markings that form a distinctive cross pattern on their back. Domestic donkeys are found worldwide, but genuine wild donkeys are limited to northern Africa and the Arabian Peninsula. These animals prefer warm and dry climates, which is also the typical habitat for feral donkeys. Donkeys are highly social animals, forming strong bonds with fellow donkeys and other livestock like horses, cows, goats, and sheep. Their daily routine typically consists of increased activity during morning and evening hours, with midday reserved for rest. By nature, donkeys are cautious and risk-averse, avoiding potential hazardous situations. When alarmed, they tend to freeze or flee, later investigating the source of the threat. This cautious behavior has led to misconceptions about donkeys being stubborn, when in fact they are obedient and hardworking. Donkeys are generally quiet and peaceful, but they will fiercely defend their foes when necessary. Additionally, they can be trained to protect other domestic livestock, such as sheep and goats, from predators. When treating, donkeys display remarkable aggression, occasionally attacking and trampling large dogs and humans. Diet and nutrition of donkey. Donkeys follow an herbivorous diet primarily consisting of grasses and other plant-based food. As grazing mammals, they predominantly feed on grass, supplementing their diet with shrubs and desert plants when necessary. Donkeys can go without water for up to 3 days without harm to the animal when there is water shortage. However, donkeys have a lower water requirement per unit of weight than other domesticated animals, except the camel. Water intake of a donkey is influenced by the amount of work being done, the temperature and humidity of the environment, the dryness of the feed being consumed, and the physiological status of the animal. Water requirement of a fully grown adult donkey is in the range of 18 to 35 liters per day according to the above circumstances. Donkeys appear to feel less thirsty than other animals when exposed to water deprivation and may continue to eat when most animals, other than the camel, have stopped eating as a result of water shortage. Donkeys can withstand up to 20 to 25% weight loss due to dehydration and recover this loss when water becomes available. Donkeys should be offered water at least once or preferably twice per day to ensure good functioning of other digestive system and provide opportunity for body water to evaporate, so maintaining body temperature. And the water must be clean, since donkeys may refuse to drink dirty water even when they need water. Donkeys, being individual animals, vary in their trekking capabilities. Their endurance depends on their overall condition and level of rest before embarking on a journey. Generally, a healthy donkey can trek for 2 days with adequate water and rest. However, it's essential to consider that donkeys are not ideal for long-distance riding, especially for average-sized individuals. While they may attempt to carry a rider, they will likely experience significant discomfort. In fact, they may push themselves to exhaustion. For traversing challenging terrain, consider alternative options. Horses are better suited for riding long distance. Alternatively, opting for a 4-wheel drive vehicle is a safer and more comfortable choice. Donkeys have been invaluable work and companion animals for thousands of years, with approximately 42 million domestic donkeys worldwide today. This number is comparable to the estimates of 58 million horses globally. Despite their shared history and similarities with horses, donkeys are a distinct species with a unique characteristics. Domesticated from African wild asses around 6,000 years ago, donkeys diverged from horses over 2 million years ago. The differences in their evolution are crucial, as they explain why donkeys have distinct dietary needs and can thrive on food sources unsuitable for horses. However, as equids, donkeys share many similarities with horses. Unfortunately, they are equally susceptible to feeding mismanagement and related health risks such as equine laminitis and metabolic disorders. To ensure the well-being of donkeys, understanding their specific dietary requirements is vital. Feeding donkeys safely requires careful consideration of their unique needs, avoiding harmful foods, and providing a balanced diet. This knowledge helps to prevent health issues and promote a long, healthy life for these animals. Donkeys, originating from
arid African regions, possesses a unique ability to digest and extract nutrients from high-fiber, low-quality forage. This distinguishes them from horses and makes them similar to goats in terms of dietary adaptability. However, it is crucial to note that donkeys still require high-quality forage, free from mold and toxins. Ideal forage options for donkeys include late maturity grass, hays, and straw, provided they are debris-free and of feeding quality. Nutrient-dense forages like legumes should be avoided. Donkeys' efficient digestive system allows them to thrive on less nutrient-rich hay. According to research, donkeys consume approximately 1.5% of their body weight in forage daily, contrasting with horses' 3% intake. For a 450-pound donkey, this translates to around 7 pounds of forage per day. Their rapid consumption rate is an adaptation for survival in resource-scarce environments. To combat boredom and prolong feeding times, however, donkeys' efficient eating habits can lead to overgrazing if left unmonitored on productive pastures. Typically, donkeys are kept in dry lot conditions and fed hay, with some owners using limited grazing management techniques. Mating and reproduction stage. Donkeys exhibit polygamy, where one male mates with multiple females during the breeding season, which occurs throughout the year. The gestation period typically ranges between 11 and 14 months, resulting in the birth of a single foal. Newborn foals develop rapidly, standing and feeding within the first 30 minutes of life. Foals are weaned at approximately 5 months old. Sexual maturity is reached at 2 years old for both males and females, although males typically begin mating between 3 and 4 years old upon establishing dominance. Donkeys are not particular about their breeding partners, showing no preference for specific mates within their herd or even outside their species. They will readily breed with horses and zebras. The offspring of these breeding combinations are unique hybrids. A male donkey or jack paired with a female horse produce a mule. A male donkey or jack paired with a female horse produce a mule, while a female donkey or jenny paired with a male horse produces a hinny. When a zebra and a donkey mate, the result hybrid is known as a zebroid, zonkey or z-donk. These hybrids are typically sterile, meaning they cannot reproduce or produce offspring of their own. This ensures that hybridization does not impact the genetic integrity of the parent species. Female donkeys, also known as jennies, have a gestation period of approximately 12 months. After this period, they give birth to baby donkeys called foals. These newborn foals typically weigh between 19 and 30 pounds, and their development is remarkably rapid. As they grow, foals reach significant milestones quickly. By 5 months, they are weaned, marking an important step towards independence. Donkeys' foals continue to mature rapidly, reaching reproductive maturity at around 2 years old. This means they are capable of breeding and producing offspring of their own. Notably, female donkeys can give birth to a new foal every year, demonstrating their reproductive efficiency. Overall, the life cycle of donkey is characterized by rapid growth, early maturity, and impressive adaptability. Domestication of donkey. Let's take a look. The lifestyle of donkeys is deeply rooted in their domestication, which began in Africa around 5,000 and 7,000 years ago. As domesticated animals, donkeys have become integral to human society with over 40 million worldwide, mostly in developing countries where they serve as vital transportation and pack animals. In developed countries, donkeys are kept as pets for breeding or to protect livestock. Within their social structure, male donkeys are called jacks, female are jennies, and young ones are foals. Interestingly, donkeys are also used in crossbreeding, producing mules when and young ones are foals. Interestingly, donkeys are also used in crossbreeding, producing males when paired with female horses and hinnies. When paired with male horses through their various roles, donkeys continue to play a significant part in human lives. For thousands of years, donkeys have played a vital role as working animals globally. They remain crucial livestock in many countries originating from wild asses. Donkeys first emerged during Egypt's pre-dynastic period approximately 6,000 years ago in northeastern Africa. Donkeys first emerged during Egypt's pre-dynastic period approximately 6,000 years ago in northeastern Africa. Today, the global donkey population is growing, contrasting with declining numbers of the African wild ass and the onaga. These three species have long served humanity, providing labor and companionship. The hidden life of donkey in their natural environment, not staggering along dusty roads while carrying heavy loads of bricks. Donkeys are playful, gentle animals who form faithful bonds and express an eagerness to learn. Exceptionally intelligent, they have phenomenal memories and also have a logical, flexible approach to problem solving. People who know donkeys report that they are smart, personable, and affectionate. They understand dozens of voice commands, come running, and they are called when they are called, and are fiercely loyal to those they trust. As social animals, donkeys enjoy company and develop strong emotional bonds with other animals. Donkeys often pick a best friend with whom they spend most of their times, and pairs are frequently observed grooming one another by softly scratching and nibbling their partner's neck and shoulders. When separated from their companions, donkeys become noticeably anxious and distressed, often vocalizing, pacing, and even falling into a depression. Donkeys communicate by using a wide range of body language and vocalizations. Upon greeting, donkeys will often blow gently into one another's nose, which impacts important information. Donkeys carefully move and position their heads, necks, bodies, and tails in order to give clues as to their moods. In a desert environment, donkeys must often spread out to find food with their loud brays and keen sense of hearing. Donkeys are able to communicate from miles away. Compared to horses, donkeys show a limited response to fear, pain, and illness. These stoic animals rarely panic and may even appear catatonic when in distress. When faced with a potential threat, donkeys prefer to plant their feet while they analyze the situation. All too often, donkeys are misdiagnosed as stubborn when they are likely just experiencing fear. Exceptionally strong animals, donkeys are often forced to transport heavy loads of sand, brick, and stone. These gentle animals are often left to suffer from dehydration, malnutrition, and untreated ailments.
Now, let's hear from Mr. Ismail Hassan, who will share his knowledge on donkey care and management.
Donkeys are domestic animals. And we keep them under captive. They live in the far north, and they use them as a means of transportation. They carry goods from one village to another. And they are very, very intelligent animals. They keep memories. That is why at times, if you hold donkey, just like camel, sometimes they don't normally forget. And you don't force them to do things when they don't want to do it. So they do things at their will. So you don't force them to do things for you, because they can be very funny at times. They can attack when you force them to do things when they don't want to do it. And donkeys give birth once in a year, maybe in about 11 to 12 months, and one child at a time. Yeah, if you are lucky, they can give birth to two, but actually we never had any donkey that give birth to two, as in twins, or maybe two offsprings, or two young ones. mostly is one child at a time. Like this one you are seeing is a newly baby. Fair hair is the hair you see on the body. Normally when they are born, they come with some hair that is so unique. So as they keep growing now, the hair keep fading up until when it faded all, you see the normal color of donkey coming out. If you can see now, you can see the color is becoming out now, while the hair you are seeing is fading on gradually. By their genetical this thing, you can easily, by their sexes, it's easier to identify which one is the male, which one is the female. It's very, by their organ, it's very easy to detect. Actually, naturally, all animals, when they fall sick, you easily notice it on time, especially when you are dealing with them every day. Like donkeys now, you know, most animals, like most mammals, they use their tail to drive flies with it, or ears at times. So technically, when they are sick, the first thing you can notice is the tail. You can see, or the food that you give them, they will not consume it well. And secondly, the tail will not be active to drive flies or insects in their body. So those are the two clinical signs that you can easily detect when donkey falls sick. The food will not be consumed the way they're supposed to be eating, and then the tail will not be active to drive flies on their body. So with those two clinical signs, you can easily detect donkeys, or this donkey is not feeling fine. Yeah, we treat them orally, but like this one now, because they are domestic animals, we can also handle them, because you can catch them and inject them if you want. But mostly you can give them the drugs in their food, that is oral treatment, except when the case is much, which you can handle it easily by catching them and then treat them. They communicate through their ears. Yeah, they communicate with their ears, and then their sound at times gray somehow. And this line you are talking about is naturally donkeys. All donkeys comes like that naturally. So all of them are native species, or they are native breed. Orally, like mostly here, like donkeys, we deworm them quarterly. All animals, but that is by giving them drugs every 4 months. Yeah, every 4 months. That is how we deworm them. That is the major issues that we normally have with them, with all the animals. That is worms. So what we do preventive treatment by deworming them 3 times in a year. That is in 4 months. They attack, they kick, they kick. That is how they normally attack. That is why you don't come close to donkey from the behind. You don't go behind the donkey, especially when you are hurting him all the time. You have to handle them from their face. You don't go behind them, because they normally kick from the with their leg, back kick, and which is very hard.
We are in donkey's enclosure. Donkeys is one of the domestic animals. They are herbivorous animals. They feed on grasses and chaff, and their gestation period is 360 days, while their lifespan is 40 to 50 years. We feed them in the morning with grasses, while in the afternoon we feed them with chaff to balance their diet. Donkeys is one of the special and intelligent animals. It can keep a good memories, and it can form a close bond, like form a strong bond with a human. And donkeys have a strong legs. Their ears are larger than horses' own, as you can see. Okay, how do they interact with each other? They communicate with their ears. And we use them for transportation, agriculture, tourism, and companionship. And their babies are called calf, and they give birth to 1 or 2 babies in a time. Differentiate between male and the female by their genital parts. And sign of sickness is weakness, and they can't shake their tails, as you can see. But if they are good, if they are okay, they can shake it.
Donkey may be humble creatures, but their impact is undeniable. Join us next time on ARCN TV. I remain Fatima Suleiman.